Hey, this is Sebastian from the Metal Gods Meltdown, and this evening I am joined by.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Eric Ganz from Charlotte. How are you?
It's great to be chatting this evening. Your album has been re-released on Aeonian Records. There's 17 tracks on it. That's amazing. I've been listening to it shed loads. It's brilliant. It sounds as fresh today as it did back then. Does that make sense?
Back then and back then, two back then.
And back then, twice, yeah.
Hey. But now understand, just for the record, so yes, it's a re-release of the best of Medusa Groove, but also we had some songs on the shelf, as it were, and we brought those out. And we're happy about that as well. They sound better than we even thought they were going to. So
excellent. Yeah. So are there plans to get out on the road with Charlotte? Would that happen? Could that happen?
I just spoke to a drummer that we have lined up out in Arizona. I told him to, get the chops ready. I'll talk to the guys. Last time we did a release with Aeonian, we did indeed do a support show or two. So, yeah, I think it's not beyond the realms of possibility.
They're a fantastic label. I'm not sure how they found me, but I'm glad they did. They've sent me all sorts of bands that I don't even remember. I mean, the 80s were a bit of a blur to me. They definitely were to you.
A good blur.
Yeah, man. It was a wild time. At the moment, I've been listening to Warrant a lot. Cherry Pie. I've just been playing it shed loads. As well as yours as well, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good time to be alive, man. The 80s. Are you glad you started in the music industry back then rather than now?
Yes, definitely, without a doubt. And I even know why you're saying that. Yeah, because obviously it was a lot more organic back then, much more personable, in-person, personal, whatever you want to call it. There was definitely more of a human element to it. Not that robots aren't doing a good job these days, but let's face it. I mean, I don't know if they know how to pass it down the line like humans do, but yeah. So I am glad, and the music back then was something that I don't think we hear anymore. No. Name me one good rock band. I'm a new rock band, that is. I'm glad all these harder bands are doing well. I love that stuff too. There definitely seems to be an audience for that.
Yeah.
But overall, we all listen to the radio just out of morbid curiosity sometimes, and the results are just not what they used to be.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think for the excitement, the human interaction, and the quality of music, organic instruments, I'm certainly glad that we were in our prime back then.
Absolutely, mate. So if I was a total Charlotte virgin, which two tracks would you play me then?
Come again? I'm sorry.
If I was a total Charlotte virgin, which two tracks would you play me to introduce me to the band?
That's a great question. I like that question. So I think I would have to go with it is the first song on the release, so I'd have to go with Siren. Mm-hmm. And then I have to go with Little Devils after that. Excellent. But it's tough. We enjoy making all songs. They all have some kind of connection. So.
The Decline of Western Civilization. I wish you guys had been on that.
We should have been, and I would have been. Maybe there'll be another one.
You never know.
If there's any Western civilization left.
Exactly. Those were crazy days back then with the Whiskey A Go Go, the Sunset Strip, and everything over there in the States. And I remember we had a program over here called Entertainment USA with a very much now disgraced broadcaster who did that, but I used to love watching that because it was always used to do a lot about the Strip, a lot about metal music, and a lot about hard rock. And it was my dream to get over there. I never done it. My friend made it over there, went to the Rainbow Bar and Grill, and actually met Lemmy in there, which was amazing for him. Sadly, these places a lot of them are getting torn down, I hear. Is that right?
I'm in New York at the moment. As far as I know, it's funny. I just spoke to a good friend of mine. He's an LA mainstay, if you want to call it. Yeah. He worked at the Rainbow up until just a few months ago. As far as I know, that place is still rolling. I mean, the whiskey, geez, I hope it's not getting torn down. Last I heard, it was still going strong.
Yeah, I think it's the Troubadour. I think that's going.
Are they
Yeah.
taking the Troubadour?
Yeah,
You know, to be honest with you, Seb, I'd have to look into that. That would be sad news, but I will look into it. Yeah. You know, it's funny. Out of all of them, I guess that would be the one to go first, only because of its location. I don't know if that matters. It wasn't really on the main. It's not on the main strip, albeit it's a great club. At the time, you know, Lance was managing over there, and he always treated us well. And the club is legendary. Proud to have been part of it all and played there and everything. But I could see where maybe that one would go first, because it didn't maybe get enough attention compared to the other ones, even in the 80s, you know.
Right.
It was there. It was definitely a heavy player. We all know that. But geez, that'd be sad if it went down. Shit.
Yeah. So do you miss the spandex and the?
No.
You don't miss it?
That was a big mistake, Seb. The spandex, the hairspray. Look at, you know, everybody can do what they want. Look what the way they want. God bless you. But no, that was an experiment, and we realized we wanted to move on quickly from that, which is fine. You know, it was fun. Hey, man, if we had the gumption to go out there and wear that clown clothing, then damn, we could do anything, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So can you tell us, Seb, what has been the most outrageous thing you ever did in the name of rock and roll, or is that too X-rated to tell me?
Some of it might be, but we can go with other material for sure. There's plenty. Outrageous. So, well, I think one of the how about let's go with this one. In the name of advertising, we were also willing to, you know, stare over into the abyss. So used to be a place on Sunset Strip, maybe down from there a little bit, called the Sunset Social Club, and a friend of ours was running it at the time. So she kind of let us use it as headquarters. Well, me and a couple buddies got together, you know, had a few pops, and we had constructed this gigantic vertical banner with this act in mind. It read the band's name vertically, and so we hoofed it onto our shoulder. And there used to be a wonderful billboard on Sunset Strip, the famed Marlboro Man. Now, you know, yeah, that went out with many other good old American traditions. But anyways, we proceeded, while intoxicated, to maybe go against the wishes of the law. And we climbed the entire thing to the top, risking obviously some pretty severe injury, but we managed to hang that thing down. I remember it got into the newspaper, and then we stayed on the platform for a while. I guess we were not too concerned with getting arrested or anything like that, because we did carry a couple beers up with us in our pockets, drank them at the platform for celebration, climbed down, admired our work, and then the next day we heard about it in the papers. It was fun. So that was one outrageous thing. Yeah, the others, you know, maybe me and you were at a bar or something.
Yeah, man, sounds good. Okay, then. So what have you been doing since, obviously, Charlotte? I mean, are you in a band now?
I do play. A lot of local gigs. I'm doing a lot of country. I really like that. I grew up listening to old rock and country. Willie, Lynyrd Skynyrd, the Stones, Zeppelin, and then all the metal stuff. Priest and crew eventually came in. So my musical tastes are varied, and I love all of it. So now I'm happy playing some country. Got some good old boys north of the city here that like to do that sort of thing. So. Yeah, but as far as you know, music on a professional level, I do most of my work now soundtracking for major studios and even regional commercial work as well. Cool. Not gonna lie, there's really good money there. I'm sure musicians out there who do it know what I mean. So yeah, that's not a bad thing. But nothing like playing live. And again, hopefully soon we get Charlotte rolling in that direction again.
That'd be good, mate. I mean, obviously you've got quite a big fan base, and are they still as avid?
I think they are. I see it in their messaging, and I still talk to people. Got a phone call from a friend about a month or two ago, and she said, "Hey, man, get your ass out here. We're at the Whiskey, and they're all talking about you. So, you know, Why don't you show up? So yeah, that's always nice to hear stuff like that. And that is the most important thing about playing music is reaching people. You know what I mean? Communication and having them remember those times and wanting to do that again. So that's what we're looking forward to.
Absolutely, mate. So what was the best gig you ever played with Charlotte?
The best gig. Well, the best place overall was definitely the Whiskey. I've said that in other interviews. As far as the club scene went, that was just always the greatest place to play as far as the history behind it and the vibe of the place. It smelled in there. It smelled like good stuff. It was just, you know, and the walls were full of stories, and it sounded. I always thought it sounded great. A lot of my rock and roll cronies don't agree with me, but I always thought it sounded good in there. Maybe we were so fucked up we didn't even know, but I was having a good time.
Yeah.
So all the Whiskey shows were great. There were a couple where we got banned doing some, you know, maybe some messaging during the shows. I don't know if something political or illegal came out. Who knows? So all those shows were great. But I think a lot of the fun stuff, I do remember playing the Metal Foundation when they were doing those big events. They had one down near LAX, and I remember that distinctly because that's when Pearl Jam first hit the scene, and they were one of the headliners. And gosh, it was great. We met up with all these people from the East Coast and all hooked up, and it was just a big, giant party, and got a chance to meet a lot of bands playing there. I remember too, Stutter and John from Howard Stern, if you remember his show. They were playing, and we got to talk to him and those guys, and just everyone from the scene. So I think that was a great show. That was probably one of the best right there.
Okay, so next question then. What song from any band sums up how you're feeling today?
Excluding my own?
Yeah.
My songs?
Yeah.
Any other band?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're asking some good questions. Right now, I'd have to say Tool, Hooker with a Penis.
Okay. I don't want to know why.
Well, come on, man. You look at the news.
Okay, man.
Yeah. Have you heard this song? I think the chorus is "fuck you, buddy." Those are the actual lyrics, but there's many other lyrics. No, that's one song that comes to mind, mainly because I was just listening to Tool, so that's kind of unfair. Let me think of another one. No, to be honest with you, that's a great question. So that is one. That's one answer.
All right.
I think I'm also going to go with. I got to be honest with you. I was just listening to this guy the other day too. I'm a big fan of Waylon Jennings, and he has a song that says, "I've always been crazy. It's what's kept me from going insane." So I'm throwing that one out there too.
That's my song too, mate. Yeah.
I mean, that is definitely it's great advice, you know.
Yeah.
And it's tried and true.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
go crazy. So yeah, that's a couple for you.
I concur with that one, man. All right, and so if you're stuck in quarantine for a week, who would you have with you? Dead or alive?
Dude, these questions could get me in trouble, man. Who would I have with me during the quarantine? Anybody I want.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it real. I'm gonna go with. And here's a good question for you: alive or dead?
I was going to say Cameron Diaz, but my ex-girlfriend looks a bit like her, so fucking that.
That's a great choice. But my question.
Amber Heard. I like Amber Heard, man. I don't know what it is. There's something about her.
Okay, she's good. She's good. I mean, if you're going that direction, I might take, Emmylou Harris in her prime. I always thought she was a sweetheart.
Yeah.
But no, but honestly, can the person be dead or alive?
Dead or alive, mate. Yeah.
I'd like to sit for a week and talk with Friedrich Nietzsche.
All right, mate. Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
All right.
All right, that's good. That's good.
And then Amber Heard and the gang, they can join afterwards.
I don't know, man. Something about Amber Heard. She's just, I don't know. Anyway.
Whoever Friedrich wanted there. If he has some girls, he can bring them too,
Yeah, absolutely, mate. All right. So next bit is going to be 5 questions, yeah? So it's either or either. So the first one is vinyl or digital?
Vinyl.
Unskinny bop or shout at the devil?
Shout at the devil.
definitely. Saint or sinner?
Dude, I love these questions. You know what? This guy, folks, this guy's the best. I always get random questions, the usual stuff. But this guy's the best.
Usually boring shit, yeah, I know.
Listen, I'm going to answer that question this way. I just said to someone the other day, I love the principles of Buddhism. However, when it comes to the whole lust and killing thing, I am a truly proud epic fail. So, on that note, I like to mix the two, but yes, I lean towards sinner if I had to answer.
Brilliant.
God.
Pizza or beer?
Or,
yeah.
What kind of a question is that? You can't have both. You gotta have both. All right,
question,
I'm gonna say beer. I gotta say beer.
Beer. Sick question. And the last one is really important.
That's evil question, Seb. That's evil, man.
So
beer. Beer is the
best one. This is the buyer. Kermit the Frog or Joe Biden?
Kermit the Frog. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go, Kermit. Let's go, Kermit.
Let's vote Kermit. All right, mate. So I want to thank you so much for your time this evening. Do you have any final words for your fans, our viewers, and listeners?
Well, all the obvious stuff to get out of the way. We always appreciate everyone listening to the music. That's why we make it. Love to share it. We never forget the good times. We're always appreciative of the support. And if we are to do another show, we will let you know via the usual social media avenues. So stay tuned.
You're gonna have to stream it. Make sure it's streamed on Facebook.
Yes, that's true.
That would be good.
Other than that, no. Stay healthy and be strong. That's all.
Okay, mate. Thank you for your time. That's been a great interview. Have a nice rest of the evening.